everyone, and welcome to today's episode. Now today we're going to be having a little look at adaptations, specifically adaptations of our amazing blue-fronted Amazon parrot Frodo. Yeah, you! We're talking about you again! I know! So in yesterday's episode we had a little look at the diet of Amazon parrots and their habitat as well. And now we're going to have a look at the way in which they've adapted to live in the rainforest. So firstly, as we've been mentioning, Frodo is a bird, so she has wings and would normally be able to fly. So this is a great adaptation because it means that she can stay out of the way of predators that are on the floor, like the bigger predators, and it means that she could fly away from any predators that might be in the trees and might look to get her in the trees. Couldn't you? Yes. Now the other way in which they're adapted is their very, very strong beak, as we mentioned yesterday. Now, Frodo at the moment is just going to reach for a piece of banana with her beak. So they use their beaks, obviously, to eat their food. So they've got a very, very strong jaw, which they can use to crack seed and nuts, things like that. But they also use their beak to protect themselves if they had to. They could try and bite something if they needed to protect themselves. So their beak is a really great adaptation to help them live where they live in the wild. Having a beak means that they can access food that other animals might not be able to eat, for example the nuts and seeds. If an animal can't crack that hard case of a nut or a seed to get to the inside, then they can't eat it, whereas birds have adapted with the beak to be able to eat seeds and nuts, and that makes up the majority of her diet, as well as fruit, but the majority of her diet would be nuts and seeds, and this beak is a great way for her to be able to access those. So parrots are also zygodactyl, which literally means that they've got two of their toes pointing forwards and two toes pointing backwards, a little bit like this shape in my hand. And as you can see with my fingers and my thumb, it just basically means that they're really good at gripping onto branches. So obviously when they sleep, they'd sleep in branches, and this just helps them to grip and to stay onto those branches. It also helps them when they've been flying, when they land, to hold onto the branches and stay nice and stable so they don't risk falling out of the trees and hurting themselves. So their feet are a really great adaptation that they have. With their feet, as we saw in yesterday's video, they also use these to hold onto their food whilst they eat as well. So having one really strong grip holding onto the branch enables them to eat with the other foot as well, so that they can eat their food whilst staying nice and strong and secure. So this is another fantastic adaptation that they have. So possibly one of my favourite things about parrots is that they can see in UV. So they can see UV lights that we can't see with our normal eye. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you with the UV torch a couple of different colours so you can see how the parrots would be seeing things. Now, apparently their feathers come up beautifully in UV. However, every time I've tried to bring the UV torch in here to show you Frodo's feathers, she gets a little bit freaked out. So unfortunately I won't be able to show you that because bless her, it does frighten her a little bit, doesn't it, Fro? Yeah, you get a bit scared. But I will show you some different UV colours so you can kind of see what the parrots are seeing. So here we have my UV torch. So as you can see, it's got some almost like blue looking lights in it. And if I shine the torch over, for example, this piece of paper, you can see the difference in colour. So it almost shines very blue. And if I show you it on the packet of tissues, now you can't see it as well. Let's zoom in and see if you can see it a bit better. You can just make out the colour changes, and you can see that at different points it's slightly different colours. Now if we have a look at the tea towel, you can really see the different colours come up in there. I mean, I'm next to some bananas, but you can't really see anything on the bananas. And then here you can see that the paper again shines, but the wallet itself doesn't shine. So there's a few different things that you can see in UV. So here we've got some of the seeds that we give to our parrots each day. And if we shine these under the UV light, you can see little subtle changes in the colours of the seeds. So if you have a look at the sunflower seed, for example, that's almost got a little bit more purple. And then if you have a look, you can see that the patch where the torch is on stands out a lot more than any of the other patches. So having this UV, having the ability to see UV colour means that parrots in particular find it easier to find their food, because their food stands out to them more than it would to other species. So another reason people think that parrots have got UV vision is so that they can quickly manoeuvre through heavy, dense foliage much quicker than other animals could. So it helps them to see the depth perception of where stuff is and to be able to manoeuvre through it a lot quicker when they're flying at speed. So we're reaching the end of our video now. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow where we're going to be discussing all different types of enrichment for Frodo. Yes, we are. We're actually going to try her with a mirror to see whether or not she likes it, because obviously we've discovered this week that she loves the camera. So we thought that a mirror might be a nice thing for her to be able to look at her reflection. And we're going to try a few different things as well, just to see what we can do to keep her entertained, as well as changing out her branches and things. Yes we are. So have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. I hope you're all staying nice and safe, and please send in your videos for us, for Frodo and for the other animals to watch. Speak to you soon. Bye.